please silence all cell phones and pagers. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional. Will the audience please remain standing for the posting of the colors?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. And folks, there were a lot of folks still out in the lobby trying to find seats. So if you can kind of move towards the middle, that would help us to accommodate everyone. Thank you to Sergeant First Class Alan Shade of the Freedom High School JROTC and the JROTC Patriot Battalion Color Guard. Please join me in thanking them for their participation in the program today. Also, a special thank you to Public Safety Officer George Ispel for singing the national anthem. Mr. Ispel is a 2023 graduate of Western Piedmont's BLET program and is now employed with the Valdez Police Department. Please join me in thanking him for his song. Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you today to the 2025 commencement ceremony for Western Piedmont Community College. I am Rod Harrelson, Chair of the Board of Trustees at Western Piedmont Community College. The administration, faculty, trustees, and guests on the stage today also join in the excitement of celebrating your accomplishments as you receive your respected degrees. It is with sincere regret that I inform you that President Welch will be unable to attend today's graduation ceremony. His wife underwent planned surgery, and per the recommendations of their physician, they are staying an extra night at the hospital. I'm happy to report that we understand that they have both returned home this afternoon. President Welch deeply values this milestone in the lives of our graduating students, and he extends the warmest congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2025. We wish his wife a speedy recovery. Although President Welch cannot be with us today, he joins us in spirit with all of us in celebrating his accomplishments. And I would share with you, and I talked with him yesterday, and I threatened him with his job if he showed up today. So I still have a little power, I don't know. Wow, you made it. Yeah. There have been many hurdles you have had to overcome in reaching this day. Your determination and passion have paid off in achieving your goals. As you look around the crowd today, you will see many faculty, staff members, along with family and friends who supported you through this journey. Please be sure to thank them for their support. You are now part of the Western Piedmont Community College alum, and you should recognize that you're an important part of the Burke County family. Whether this is the end of a chapter in your education life or just the beginning of furthering your education, I encourage you to set your goals even higher and be transformative in this community and state to make it a better place for all of us to live. Again, on behalf of my fellow trustees, we wish you the best and congratulations for your continued success. Thank you. I now want to welcome our SGA Vice President, Harrison Mendoza Hippolito. Did I say it right? Close? I was afraid I was going to really butcher it. Who will be graduating with his Associate in Arts in Teaching Preparation to the lectern today for his remarks. Thank you.
Does my hair look good? That's the real question. There we go. All right. Good afternoon. My name is Gerson Mendoza Hipólito, and I am honored to stand before you today on this momentous day. To the esteemed Western Piedmont administrators, faculty, and staff, and families celebrating the graduates this evening, and most importantly, to that unyielding, determined, and unstoppable class of 2025. Welcome. This is your moment. Today, we celebrate not just the milestone, but the resilience, dedication, and strength that brought us here today. So let us celebrate, audience, this class with class. As a first-generation American and student who had once been told his potential was limited, I questioned whether college was truly meant for someone like me. I remember the evening I made the decision that changed my life. One August night, I found myself at the Spahn home, being offered water and cookies to calm my nerves. At that point, I had spent a year and a half in the workforce after graduating high school, navigating a world reshaped by a global pandemic and having no idea what my future could be. Beth Spahn planted the seed of hope and possibility. And without that generosity, I would not be here today. That single act of kindness reminded me that I wasn't alone, that I had a place in this world. I share this story because everyone's favorite neighbor, Mr. Fred Rogers, once said, "You see, I believe that appreciation is a holy thing, that when we look for what's best in a person we happen to be with at that moment, we're doing what God does all the time. So in loving and appreciating our neighbor, we're participating in something sacred." But what happens when we fail to show gratitude and overlook the goodness in others? How much of the divine do we miss? To overlook appreciation is to distance ourselves from what it truly means to love, honor, and uplift our neighbors. That's why today I want to take a moment to recognize the people who have shaped my journey, those who saw potential in me when I struggled to see it in myself. Like the very first people I met in Hildebrand Hall. Their dedication to students is evident, ensuring that everyone has a chance to belong in this community. To the TRIO program, Leah Patton, Nick Evett, and my Lord. You not only set high standards for first-generation students like me, you believed in us enough to watch us surpass them. I thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for believing in the potential of every first-generation college student like me to rise to a place of academic success. To Emily and Maria, the two-person marketing team who made sure I didn't embarrass myself too much, thank you for the laughter, advice, and the gentle, and sometimes not so gentle, push to step out of my comfort zone. You made this journey so much more fun. To Jennifer Probst, she's out here somewhere, who gave me more than just a job. Thank you for seeing a leader in me and shaping me into someone who fights for others. I know I have made you proud. And I hope that when people see my character, they see a glimpse of your incredible spirit. This victory is not mine alone. I share it with you. While the support of staff has been priceless, the guidance of my professors has been just as transformative. One professor in particular has left a lasting impact on my journey, Aaron Mendoza. Your warm-heartedness made Western Piedmont feel like a second home. You listened with purpose, stood by my side when classes felt overwhelming, and God, did they feel overwhelming, and reminded me through every snack and every cup of coffee on the days I forgot to eat that I was never alone on this journey. For that, I am deeply grateful, and I can only hope to one day become an amazing educator just like you. And I know without a doubt that you will continue to help students move the mountains before them, just as you helped me. And finally, to my parents. Finalmente, a mis padres. Lo lograron. Me tomaron de la mano toda la vida, asegurándose de que nunca tropezara. Y recordándome de que siempre estaba salvo. Vi los sacrificios que hicieron para que pudiera estar aquí. Les digo, la semilla de fe que han sembrado ha dado fruto y seguirá dando fruto porque ustedes creyeron en mí. Queridos padres, gracias. Que Dios los siga bendiciendo abundantemente hoy, mañana y hasta que lo veamos en el cielo. And to the class of 2025, today we celebrate more than just a diploma. We celebrate the resilience, community, and faith that brought us here. Never, please never forget the power of gratitude. Recognize those who believed in you when you yet couldn't believe in yourself. Carry forward the kindness, encouragement, and support you received here and pass it on to others. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it.
Good afternoon. On behalf of President Welch, my name is Cindy Davis, and I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Workforce Development here at Western Piedmont Community College. I, too, want to add my personal greetings to the audience and the graduates and welcome everyone to our ceremony. You made it. Congratulations. Today, we are gathered to honor the students of the graduating class of 2025. Those students who desire for learning and aspirations to transform their lives led them to enroll at Western Piedmont. As we celebrate this class, we must take a moment to acknowledge the strength of these particular students. Many of you completed high school and college coursework in the midst of a global pandemic, only to be challenged again by last fall's historic hurricane. In September, your studies were disrupted suddenly as Hurricane Helene caused mass destruction, made roads impassable, knocked out our community's power and internet supply and other services, and as the college closed for several days. Some of you experienced significant destruction to your homes and property and lost income or access to critical services like childcare. Sadly, some of you lost loved ones who did not survive the storm. The hurricane stunned us all, but nevertheless, you persevered. May this shared experience forever connect you to each other and to the college, and may your resilience serve you well in all your future endeavors. So before we proceed with the ceremony, I'd like to ask for your cooperation in a small but meaningful gesture. Although President Welch is unable to join us today, I know he would appreciate if we carried on his tradition, his famous tradition, of taking a photo from the stage of all the graduates. He proudly shares these photos on his social media accounts. So if you'll help me, I'll kindly ask our graduates in attendance to please turn towards our photographer, and let's stand up for this. Our photographers are going to take a quick photo that we can share with Dr. Welch. Thank you. This will allow us to include President Welch in this milestone and make sure he is with us in spirit as we celebrate today. Thank you all for participating. We are confident that President Welch will be deeply touched by it. At this time, I would now like to recognize several individuals who are here this afternoon to participate in this celebration of student achievement. First, a group of very dedicated and supportive individuals who give so unselfishly of their time and energy to Western Piedmont, our Board of Trustees. If you would please stand as I call your name. Mr. Rod Harrelson, Chair of the Trustees. Mr. Alan LaCroix. Mr. Malone McNeely. Miss Kimberly Kling. Mr. Bill Lennon. Mr. John Mercer. and Mr. Scott Mulvey. Please join me in showing your appreciation for these individuals. Next, I would like to acknowledge the administration of the college, the deans, and the senior administration who work so well together to ensure the efficient operation of the institution, the senior staff of Western Piedmont. Please stand as I call your names and remain standing. Ms. Sandy Holman, Vice President of Administrative Services. Ms. Susan Burley, Vice President for Student Success and Support Services. Ms. Stacy Scholler, Executive Assistant to the President and Trustee Liaison. Stacy is not on stage, but she is helping in the auditorium. The college deans. Ms. Ava Yamudi, Dean of Health and Public Services. Dr. Anne-Marie Radaskowitz, Dean of Arts and Sciences. Mr. Michael Daniels, Dean of Applied Technologies, and Dr. Tu Vang, Dean of Student Services. Let's give these dedicated administrators a hand. Thank you. Next, I want to acknowledge our representatives with Burke Middle College and Career and College Promise who are seated on stage with us today. We have 31 graduates from Burke Middle College and 14 Career and College Promise graduates who will be receiving degrees from Western Piedmont Community College even before they receive their high school diplomas later this month. Please stand as I call your names. Miss Jenny Jandrew, Principal. Ms. Connie Thompson. And Ms. Cher Wheeler. Please give these folks a hand. Thank you. You may be seated. Next, a group of individuals without whom we could not operate the college. Western Piedmont consistently outperforms many other North Carolina community colleges on performance measures that are tracked across the state. And our surveys indicate that students are pleased with their education that they receive, and they consistently recommend us to friends and family. Western Piedmont is a college of excellence because we have outstanding and dedicated faculty and staff. We do not say thank you enough to these individuals, so please join me in thanking the faculty and staff of the Western Piedmont Community College as they stand to receive your applause. Finally, while I express my gratitude to those individuals who figure so prominently in our college, I want to thank those individuals who are not on stage, but made what goes on here today possible. Please help me thank the staff who helped make this graduation event happen, the Student Services staff. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker for this afternoon, Mr. Gary Paxson. Gary Paxson is President and Chief Executive Officer at UNC Health Blue Ridge. Before coming to Blue Ridge in September, Gary had served as the President and CEO of the independently owned White River Health System in Batesville, Arkansas. Significant accomplishments in employee engagement, business fundamentals, quality metrics, innovation, and growth marked his tenure at White River. At an early age, Gary found his calling to serve others through working in healthcare. That passion has led him to serve patients directly at the bedside, serve colleagues by making their work functions more efficient, serving organizations by creating a culture where everyone feels welcome and can serve to their maximum capacity, as well as setting a collective vision that will protect organizations' business performance, allowing them to continue to serve their missions for those in need. Gary holds a master's degree in information systems management with a concentration in healthcare administration from Bellevue University and a Bachelor of Science in Nursing from St. Anthony College of Nursing. He is a fellow of the American College of Healthcare Executives. Gary volunteers on a variety of local and national boards as well as for churches, and he finds great satisfaction in mentoring current and future healthcare leaders. He is a passionate advocate for much needed changes in healthcare that ultimately protect patients. In his personal life, Mr. Paxson is the husband of Jody Paxson and the father to 3 wonderful children and 1 loving daughter-in-law. Outside of work, he is an avid dog lover, enjoys traveling, U.S. history, theater, and any time that he can spend with his family. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the lectern, Mr. Gary Paxson.
Good afternoon, distinguished graduates, faculty, family, friends, and guests. It is a genuine honor to be with you all today and celebrate this significant milestone in the lives of these dedicated students. Distinguished graduates, today is all about you. However, after visiting with me, I hope you understand that in life, it is not actually all about you. I was asked to visit with you today as you start this new journey to share some of my experience through my own career. That seems to be a subtle way of saying that I am now considered old. Regardless, if I am able to impart even one area of wisdom into your life that allows you to have a fulfilling career, it will be worth the time, the effort, and the label. For those of you I have not had the privilege of meeting, my name is Gary Paxson, and it is an honor for me to be the president and CEO of UNC Health Blue Ridge. Healthcare is a field I wanted to work in since I was a child and have dedicated my entire 30-year career to, and Lord willing, intend to retire in. I have found my career passion, and I'm forever grateful for that. As you can imagine, my career path did not start out as a CEO. In fact, I had no aspirations of becoming a CEO when I graduated from college. The path my career took was not exactly planned, but providentially guided to where I am today. As I look back on those 30 years, there are some patterns I have noted in my own career, as well as some others that I have admired. Today, I want to share with you some of those observations and trust that they might give you some guidance as you go forward from this starting point into your own careers. As we embark on this journey of advice, I've broken these topics into 3 sequential categories that follow the natural unfolding of a career. Number 1, develop a personal mission statement. Number 2, build career building blocks. And number 3, it is a career, it is more than a job. So let's dive into those topics. Personal mission statement. Before you start on a new career, I strongly encourage you to develop a personal mission statement. I was well into my career before I ever heard this challenge. Establishing some fundamental philosophies that guide your career now will help you navigate the many twists on the road you will encounter. While there are many, I have identified 3 philosophies which have been very important to me that might resonate in your own lives. Number 1, start with why. As the title of Simon Sinek's book implies, starting with why applies to everything from individual meetings to projects and, I would argue, to careers. As intellectual beings, we have a fundamental need to understand why we are embarking on a particular journey in order to do it well. In that spirit, I encourage you to identify why you chose the career you did and remind yourself frequently of that why. Over time, we can all lose the early excitement that drove us into a particular career, which can subsequently decrease both our joy and our performance. Find ways to always remember your why. For me, my why was established at the age of 7 when I was hospitalized after surgery. The fear I experienced as a child was nothing compared to the compassion demonstrated to me by every person in that hospital. That memorable experience created my why of serving those who would be hospitalized to keep them from being scared while helping them heal. I consistently seek a variety of methods to ground me back to my why to ensure that I consistently serve others with the same compassion shown to me as a child. Number 2, act with integrity. By definition, integrity is adhering to moral principles even when no one is looking. Life is not a selfie that highlights only the best parts of your day. Difficulty will arise in life, including work life, and how we act in those times defines who we are as an individual as well as our commitment to our career. Integrity is a principle that will serve you very well in growing your career and will stand out to any future employer. Number 3, do the best where you are. Many times in life we have bigger aspirations when it comes to our career. The adage of, I'm holding out for management, or I'm better than this entry role, often permeates our minds. Please keep in mind, we all have to start somewhere. I worked for 5 years at McDonald's before I started my formal career, knowing well that was not where I wanted to be over time. Adopting the mindset that you are better than where you are will prevent you from growing in your career compared to doing your very best no matter what the assignment. Those who hire you will watch your attitude and dedication. So we've defined our work philosophy. Let's also add some fundamental career building blocks to that. I've chosen 3 building blocks for you to consider today. Number 1, communication. This concept cannot be emphasized enough. So many failures in so many career fields fail for the lack of this simple concept. In a society where so much communication takes place in a digital setting, strive to refine your skills of communicating face to face. Learn how to professionally disagree with someone. You can learn a lot by watching the body language of people as you have a conversation. Right now, some of you are sending me some distinct messages by your body language. Communication happens in many mediums, but please do not neglect the very valuable skill of interpersonal communication in your career toolbox. The second area is be involved. Stay curious. As I look back on my career and try to answer the question of how did you get where you are, I see the pattern of staying curious and just getting involved. As a byproduct of doing the best where you are, I encourage you to find processes or projects in your new career that provide ways for you to learn more. That learning accomplishes 2 things. It keeps you actively engaged, leading to higher work satisfaction, and it demonstrates to your employer a higher level of engagement, which is desirable when it comes time for promotions. The more knowledge you have within a more company, the more valuable you become. Number 3, develop a big picture focus. As you begin in your new career, I encourage you to learn your specific role extremely well. As you refine your direct skills, look for those opportunities to get involved and be curious. As that evolves, learn to see the big picture of how a project fits into a department, that fits into a division, that is part of a company. How does this one project fit into the strategic vision of the company? This evolution in thinking will be very satisfying to you personally and remarkably appealing to future employees. So our final section today is viewing your career as more than just a job. This thought expands on developing your why for what you do and is very beneficial to a long and meaningful career. The first area here is seek to give back of your time, your talent, and your treasure. If you view your job simply as a means to a paycheck, your focus remains just on yourself. Imagine how devastating that would be for our society if we all had that mindset. Instead, find ways to give back to your community with your time. Mentor others when you're able. With your talent, volunteer in organizations that can benefit from your skill set. And your treasure, donate financially to organizations seeking to serve in areas that are important to you. We were created to serve others. Constantly focusing on ourselves will always lead to dissatisfaction, while focusing on others always brings joy to everything we do. The second area, strive to work in an organization that allows you to function in your upper brain. My friend and author, Michael Fresina, has done research on upper and lower brain functions. In short, when you are operating from your lower brain, you are in self-protective mode due to an unhealthy environment you are in, whether home or work. However, when you are in a safe, supportive environment, you operate from your upper brain where your most fulfilling and creative ideas come from. In short, your lower brain focuses on self for survival, while upper brain allows us to think of others as we personally are safe. Find an employer who embraces this mindset, and you will have more than a job. If you haven't seen the pattern yet, many of the philosophies discussed today demonstrate the idea of thinking of others more than yourself. While today is about you, and rightly so, I want to encourage you to adopt the mindset of thinking about others more than yourself in your career. In doing so, you will find and remember your why and find much more fulfillment in the careers you have worked so hard to pursue. As I mentioned at the start of our time together, these ideas came from observations made in my own career evolution. For myself, much of my own personal work philosophy comes from biblical principles. In particular, I hold the verses found in Colossians 3:23 and 24 as the anchor point for my own life. These verses state, "Whatever you do, do it from the heart, as something done for the Lord and not for people, knowing you will receive the reward of an inheritance from the Lord. You serve the Lord Christ." From this verse, we learn that it does not matter what we choose to do. We are all made to work and to serve. We can do it to fulfill a much higher purpose than ourselves. For me, I found that serving others through the healthcare industry is a way for me to serve from the heart as I serve others and ultimately the Lord. As you launch from this starting point, I pray that these ideas serve to help you find long, fulfilling, meaningful careers. Find your why today and serve at it with all your heart. Thank you for the privilege of sharing with you today. I wish you all the very best in your careers. May God bless you all as you embark on the next step in your personal journey. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you to all of the family and friends who are here to support and celebrate this educational milestone. Graduates, congratulations on your accomplishments. This afternoon, in addition to recognizing you, we want to take a moment to also celebrate this year's Outstanding Staff Member Award, which was announced at the college's 2024-25 convocation ceremony. For over 30 years, the Western Piedmont Foundation and Western Piedmont Community College have annually recognized a staff member for their superior work history, a strong commitment to the college's open door philosophy, evidence of innovation and leadership, responsible use of college resources, willingness to stay abreast of professional updates, and dedication in assisting students, faculty, and staff. Recipients receive a plaque and a monetary award from the foundation. This year's award recipient has gone above and beyond in doing whatever it takes to serve students who attend Western Piedmont Community College. This person's work in the Student Services Department reflects a singular focus to remove barriers to post-secondary education for all. In pursuit of this mission, they have embraced the challenges of change as the college continues to strive to best serve its students. Their leadership qualities shone as they developed all areas of their department. This person never hesitated to take on extra work when needed, serving in multiple roles during staffing changes and onboarding of new employees, guiding the college's U.S. Department of Education Gear Up and On-Ramp grant initiatives, and leading a team working on a strategic enrollment plan. They've also developed a partnership with Appalachian State University to promote post-secondary education. Always willing to help no matter how heavy their workload, they also provided assistance in implementing the college's new advising model and helped to coordinate the college's application for multiple grants that would enhance students' educational experiences. During all of this, they worked compassionately with students, especially when students were not having their best day. In addition to work responsibilities, this person takes every opportunity for professional development, including completing the North Carolina Community College Leadership Program in 2023. This year's recipient is considered by many to exemplify what it means to be an outstanding staff member through passionate advocacy for students and a commitment to be a humble servant leader to team members and colleagues. It gives me great pleasure to share that this year's Outstanding Staff Member Award went to Dr. Tu Vang, Dean of Student Services.
Now what you've been waiting for. I now ask the graduates, the candidates for graduation to please stand. On behalf of the faculty of Western Piedmont Community College, I certify that these persons have fulfilled the graduation requirements for their respective programs of study as prescribed by the college and the North Carolina Community College system, and recommend them for the degrees and diplomas for which they have qualified. Candidates, you have prepared for the next stage in your lives by completing a prescribed program of study. Whether you choose to continue your formal education at a four-year college or university, continue employment in your chosen field, or begin employment in a new career, you will be faced with the challenge of adjusting to a constantly changing world in the 21st century. Our world continues to be more complex, requiring that we master the technological, scientific, and humanistic skills which contribute to the development of our society. The foundation you have received at Western Piedmont will enable you to think critically, to reason logically, and to judge wisely, both in your careers and in your daily lives. Western Piedmont Community College has prepared you well for whatever path you choose, but I urge you to remember that your education is not ending, it is just beginning. Make a commitment to lifelong learning and continually hone the skills that you have obtained in your time here. With the exception of the first row, graduates may be seated. The graduates will come forward as their names are called to receive their degrees and diplomas. Now the first of our deans will come to the lectern as we begin presenting our awards.
Division of Applied Technologies. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Accounting and Finance. Shirley's Annette Jimenez Zaldivar, Honors.
Ada Jose Caballero. Evan Scar, honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Building Construction Technology. John Grant Gamble, high honors. Heather Noel Gordon, high honors. Caleb James Morrissey, honors. Destiny Marie Rice, honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Business Administration. Samantha Kirk Burgess. Audra Shannon Conway. Noelle Fields. Kirsten Hayworth. Lloyd Brian Holler II. Megan Teague Burke Collegiate Scholar. Connor Andrew Webb. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Computer Engineering Technology. Eli Davis, honors. Braxton O. Green. Jimmy Vang, high honors. Candidate for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Computer Integrated Machining, Sage Brown. Candidate for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Digital Effects and Animation Technology, Daniel Marcius, high honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Engineering Technology, Cheryl Antoinette Connolly, high honors. David Platero, honors. Eileen Reyes. Candidate for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Electrical Engineering Technology, and Computer Engineering Technology, Jason Vasquez Ortiz. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Horticulture Technology, William Spencer Kilpatrick. Savannah Grace Leonard, honors. Carolyn Reagan Shirley, high honors. Kaylee Walker, high honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Industrial Systems Technology. Johnny Lee Adorno, honors. Joshua David Johnson. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Information Technology. Samuel Cole, high honors. Yi Hang, high honors. Anita Kirby, high honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Mechanical Engineering Technology. Robert Hensley, honors. Mitchell Lynn Neal, high honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Mechatronics Engineering Technology. Wyatt Anderson Bevins, high honors. Andrew James Hauser, honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Mechatronics Engineering Technology and Electrical Engineering Technology. Taylor Jade Richards. Candidate for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Office Administration. Michaela Buchanan, high honors, Burke Collegiate Scholar. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Simulation and Game Development. Abigail Lauren Anschutz. Tucker James Anschutz. Grace Frazier. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Welding Technology. Marco Benitez Aguilar. Hal Thomas Robinson, high honors.
Division of Health and Public Services. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science Cosmetology. Emily Browning, high honors. Morgan Page Googe, high honors. McKaylee Loftus, high honors. Melissa Marlowe, high honors. Lillian Grace McNally, high honors. Faith Caroline Payne, honors. Rayanne Reasoner, honors. Kat Ryan, high honors. Journey Scholler. Natalia Story. Sarah Thawley, honors. Kerrigan Whaley, high honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice Technology. Jessica Chavez Garcia. Kaylee Gomez Cifuentes. Elizabeth W. Conway, high honors. William Michael Helton, high honors. Daisy Graciela Morales Becerro. Virginia Richardson, high honors, Burke Collegiate Scholar. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Early Childhood Education Career Track. Daisy Davis. Jolene Nicole Townsend. Sarah Nicole Yancey. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Early Childhood Education Transfer Licensure. Gloria Juan Velazquez. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science Interpreter Education. Deborah M. Brown, high honors. Connie A. Doss, high honors. Linda Roberta Fafard, high honors. Lanishan Blaine Hemphill, high honors. Jessica McMahon, honors. Erica Paul, high honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Paralegal Technology, Adrienne, Bachelor. Tabitha Lynn Bowman, high honors. Kayla Nicole Cochran. Emma Harwell, high honors. Allie B. Shook, high honors. Kayla Terry. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Human Services Technology, Addiction and Recovery Studies. Stephanie Spencer Abey, high honors. Angelica M. Montalvo, honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts Teacher Preparation. Andrew Washington Albright, honors. Bergen Scott Berry, high honors. Harrison Mendoza Hippolito.
Burke Middle College, candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts. Lillian Chang, honors. Marta Beatriz Lopez Lopez, high honors. Matthias Martin Andres, honors. Catherine C. Stahl. Pa Da Hyung. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Science. Bryson G. Buchanan, high honors. Aiden H. Klein, high honors. Gian Zoe Makayi Calado, high honors. Miley Terrence Hudson. Mason Kirk Land, high honors. Christina Lynn, honors. Brandon D. Longhurst, honors. Yamara Araceli Lopez Mendoza. Edna Kimberly Morales Vasquez. William C. Payne, Jr. Kendall William Salty, honors. Samuel N. Snyder. Sophia Ann Turner, high honors. Natalie Gonzo Va. Adam Wickard. Anthony Hyung. Jimoa Hyung. Shishi Sulin Hyung, high honors. Candidate for the degree of Associates in Applied Science, Computer Engineering Technology, Jacob I. Miller, honors. Candidate for the degree of Associates in Applied Science, Information Technology, Michaela Hyung, high honors. Career and College Promise, candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts. Sage Delane Abernathy, high honors. Abigail June Carpenter, honors. Madison Lena Googe. Helen Gabriella Gillen, honors. Lainey Elizabeth Hodge, high honors. Hortensia Juan Pedro, honors. Elazar Metro Ramos, high honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Science, Kate Ann Clark, high honors. Jenna Lane Garrison, high honors. Isabella Kennedy Johnson, high honors. Abigail Riley Keller, honors. Kinsley Jimmy Lohr, high honors. Candidate for the degree of Associates in Arts, Teacher Preparation, Delaney Elizabeth Dillinger.
One of the interesting things about Western Piedmont is how many people in this area have a connection to the college. I suspect we have many proud WPCC graduates here today, and I think it would be great to see how many of those past graduates are in the audience. So before the graduating class is officially presented, I ask all persons in the audience who are WPCC alumni to honor our new graduates by standing. Okay, please remain standing. This is the legacy of the college. Will the Western Piedmont Community College class of 2025 please rise? And now, on behalf of President Welch, by the authority vested in me by the trustees of Western Piedmont Community College, the North Carolina Community College System, and the state of North Carolina, and in recognition of the completion of your prescribed programs of study and all other requirements of Western Piedmont Community College, I take great pleasure in hereby conferring your degrees and diplomas to you, together with all rights and privileges thereof. Graduates, the tassels on your mortarboard are currently on the right side. This is the traditional location for students who have not yet completed their degree. Degree completers wear their tassel on the left. We degree completers would like to ask you to join us in our ranks. So please raise your left hand, grasp the end of your tassel, and move it to the left, signifying your acceptance into the ranks of degree completers. Graduates, you are officially recognized as the Western Piedmont graduating class of 2025. Audience, please stand and applaud our new graduates. We ask the audience and our graduates to please remain standing for the retiring of the colors.
Will the audience please be seated and remain seated for the recessional?